Here we are, we're using a gearbox to get some rear drive and forward and rear drive. And what we're doing here is, I seen YouTubes where they were taking and using a size series 30 converter. Well, we're using a 420cc 13 horse Predator engine, which has got to have the 40 on it. Otherwise, it's not going to withstand the punishment. So what I did was I come up with the idea of just using a drive chain going directly to a 10-tooth sprocket, which I took off an old 30 series converter. And what I'm going to do is move this over to the right so it lines up with the driven sprocket down here. And this is going to be run off the converter, so you can see it where it does line up perfectly, like right there. And then of course the sprocket, I think is a 60 tooth on this live axle, will have to go to the right, loosen up those bushings and move it over. So I think it's going to be pretty good. And then of course I'm going to build a base right here, and that base will be kind of like where that blue boxes, that bin that I put in here to simulate. I got it being held up by a tie wrap and braced in the back so this thing doesn't fall, but it's just simulating where I want it to be. But it's more likely going to come down lower, because I was thinking about putting an adjuster here and then using that bracket that'll go right into those, fastened to those two holes there, and then the front. So basically I'm going to have to build a whole base to support this gearbox on. I did cut away this so that I can get in on the bolts. Originally that's where I thought I was going to mount it, but I couldn't. Problem is I couldn't take this 40 series pulley and put it on, because the keyway stock is already built into the shaft. So if it had not had that, I would have been able to put it on there. Like if it was like this one right here, which is a 30 series pulley, you can see there's a keyway in there. See? So with that, it uses I believe it's a quarter keyway. It looks small, a little smaller than a quarter keyway stock, but I think it's supposed to be 1/4. At any rate, this way we can use the 40 series without compromise, and run it through here and fill it up with the oil, and get it braced, adjusted. Adjust the chain will have to be adjusted height-wise. Maybe we might have to have something that will actually adjust going up vertically on the base, and then coming back the other way to add tension to this one. So you'll have one coming down here to here, bring it back, and then on this end we'll have to have a means of adjusting it, the tension from here down to the live axle sprocket. So that's what we're doing with this. I just put bracket pinion in about a year ago. Those wheels need to be adjusted. So eventually this is going to all be powder coated and sandblasted, because I put this on hold for about a few years. I got so busy with my other business, manufacturing business, and so took a little bit of time on a Sunday, and I'll put this up on YouTube to help other people along the way. There was someone else that had a different idea, but he was using the basic idea, except he was using the pulley, and I don't, unless he was using that 30 series pulley to put on that shaft. That would be the only way. And of course, the belt size would have been different. The belt size is, I think, 3/4, and this is 7/8. So it would be totally outside the normal way of doing it. So in this way, nothing has to change. Keep everything the same. I put the 40 series torque converter back on, and this seems to be the best way to do it, to get reverse. So that'll be it for now, and what I'm going to do is the next video I'll be putting on the base to support that gearbox.